Ladies and gentlemen, we have Dave Anthony from the Dollop podcast.
Hi.
Hey, Dave.
What a great night.
What
I want to congratulate Elizabeth Warren
for
her
first
big showing.
Well, she's done a great job in Massachusetts of stealing votes away from Bernie. And
Every state, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Minnesota.
Well, Dave gets that fixed. Dave brings up a very good point of like Warren took votes away in all of these critical states. Mm-hmm. So their plan's working. The thing we talked about is working. And that's the thing that the DNC has been stacking this up to make this scam happen. And it's paying off. Super Tuesday could have been a big rolling sweep by Bernie. And had that been, had Bernie cleaned up tonight, it would be like, it's over.
Yeah.
Like, get out. Like Bloomberg's out, Warren's out. It's time for all that to get out. So we'll hopefully Dave will figure this out. He might have to put on a headset or something like that. But it's valid here because what we're seeing is we're seeing the DNC's plan working. Mm-hmm. We're seeing the electronic voting machines. I mean, they didn't just say we're going to try to stop Bernie one way. They said we're going to try to stop him 15 ways, and many of them are working.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to discourage people.
Oh,
here we go.
Dave Anthony.
I'll turn it down.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
There we go. I hear him.
Dave.
Hey, can you see me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry about that. I bought a new Mac and I realized on that Mac, brand new Mac, the mic keeps going out. So good job, Macintosh.
I would blame Buttigieg.
I blame everything on him.
Well, let's go back into what you were saying right before the tech issue of how this plan, and we've all been talking about it. I'm sure you've talked. We saw this from day one. The Warren jumping in, last year was they kept, and I kept watching the debates. I kept watching how the corporate media was positioning her as so similar to Bernie, even though we know she's a fake progressive. But I'm sure you had friends like this, Dave. Friends of, people I knew were like, oh, I love Bernie, but who's
my kid?
Hey, what's up?
He's trying to get on camera. Those people. I think they're the professional class. So we experienced a lot of them here in Hollywood for sure, right?
Right.
I would say the majority of people in Hollywood were Warren people, and they would just say they're the same, and then you would say, well, they're not the same. They're not the same on healthcare. They're not, and you would break it down, and then they would still go, well, they're the same. It was like talking to a wall.
Yeah.
And so they even thought what they were voting for was the thing they wanted, and they're not. They're voting for something else. They're voting for not having Medicare for all. She's obscured it so much now. It's just bullshit.
And the people that voted for Biden, the people that are like, well, it was so great under Obama, we need Biden in there. Biden, whatever, same thing. First of all, watch him give one speech and go, that guy has the mental acuity now to run this? No. But you basically voting for Biden, you just, like, Trump is going to clean up if he goes against Biden. I mean, he's going to...
it won't even be close. Trump. I was just thinking about this. So I'm 52. I've sat through Carter, Mondale, Dukakis, Clinton, Gore, Kerry, Obama, Clinton. Biden is the worst of all those.
Oh, yeah. Yes. It's without a doubt. I mean, we were just showing earlier his 94 crime bill on the Senate floor in 1994, all that offensive shit he says. And then Bernie's counter speech, again, from 1994. And the thing we talked about, and this is what is a little frustrating, is I know Bernie likes playing nice, and he just, like, I was at his speech in LA Sunday, and I've seen 4 of his speeches now. And he rarely mentions anybody in the Democratic field. He'll mention Trump, and he just talks about unity, which I appreciate that positive message. But he should have run that ad on TV in all of those southern states that have older Democratic voters that don't even know shows like ours exist.
And look, it worked in Iowa, right? That was his main competition in Iowa. He came at him hard with the Social Security stuff, and that crushed him. That crushed Biden. Now, why he thought it was okay to just drop that was particularly after South Carolina, but it should have been running in South Carolina, particularly Social Security and the crime bill. Those are the two huge things. But I'm sorry, Anita Hill also.
Yeah.
Those three things doom him. And if you don't think Trump's not going to do that, you're out of your fucking mind.
Oh, Trump's going to eat his lunch. And Biden's going to go, Ukraine. He's going to go, you gave your son $50,000 a month. It's over. Like,
and then people will applaud.
Yeah, people will applaud.
I mean, he'll have...
Because Trump, it's just fascinating. So, I mean, I was just talking to Ron because we were just looking at this. So, Bernie won Colorado, Utah, and Vermont so far. California is there. It's going to be his.
They called it. I saw someone called it.
Really, they called it already.
California.
Oh, they called it. They called it immediately.
Okay, I'm looking at the New York Times website. They have not, but it doesn't surprise me because California, right?
And the New York Times got burned. They called one state, and then I think they called North Carolina, and then they had to back it off. So there might be a little gun shy at this point.
Okay, so Maine is still looking. Now it's coming back up for Bernie. But here's the thing. So Texas and California, this is the thing I was saying. We've all been talking about this. There's 643 delegates out of those two states. And that's how significant they are. So that still would give Bernie taking like over half of the 1,300 delegates that were up for grabs today. And then how does that position him? We were talking about this earlier. Is that and Ron thinks that there's a rumor that Bernie's going to announce his VP. We said this when you were on the show like a week ago. Bernie needs to announce his VP well ahead of the convention because we still have Illinois, we still have New York, we still have these big states with a lot of delegates. And who what do you think needs to happen?
I have no idea, but I know just from he needs to pick a woman. 100%, and a woman of color.
Yeah, there's no two ways about
it. She, obviously she needs to believe in the same policies, but that's just what needs to happen. I mean, because Biden's going to pick, my guess is Stacey Abrams. I think that Stacey Abrams already made a deal with them, with the Democratic Party. So a friend of mine texted me earlier tonight, and he said he was in Mexico City last weekend for a wedding. And he happened to sit down next to this big DC insider guy. And the guy said, it's going to be Biden. Everyone's getting, and this is before South Carolina's before, he goes, all of the DC operation has just met and decided it's going to be Biden.
Well, that's why Klobuchar, Buttigieg dropped out within 24 hours of each other, and they both lined up with. And there's no way Pete Buttigieg wanted to quit. Nope. He's a sociopath who wanted to fight to the end and eat your face.
So they gave him some kind of deal. They probably said, we'll get behind you for your next presidential run. They lied to him. And I also think that I don't believe Elizabeth Warren is a progressive. I think she's a capitalist at heart and very much a Republican.
To her bones, as a matter of fact.
But I do think that she hates banks. I think she's genuine about that. But I also think she's a party woman before anything else, and she was always going to stay in. Also, I don't think she was ever going to quit.
Yeah,
never in a million years. She's fundraising right now. In her speech, she was fundraising.
Wow.
I mean, she literally has no fucking delegates. She's come in fourth in every fucking state. She is a disaster. Everybody hates her who used to like her. She's annihilated her reputation, and she's fundraising. So we know what she is. She is simply, these people all got a call from Obama, every single one of them. We know Pete did, right? And if Pete did, then we know Amy did. And now we have to ask what Warren is doing. And if you don't think Obama called her up and gave her a nice talk, come on. Obama wanted the Tories to win in England. We know who he is.
Yeah, he's a centrist. I mean, he said himself in an interview, he goes, I'm more like a Republican from the 80s. I mean, he said that in an interview.
Well, if he was a politician in England, he'd be in the Tories. I mean, he wouldn't be, Dave, so the big things that I think we both are like, what, that were surprises tonight was Massachusetts and Minnesota.
Yeah. Well, Massachusetts, I tell you what, here's the biggest thing about this is that nobody out there knows how badly Biden's mind is slipping, because we know if that was Bernie, MSNBC would be playing it 24/7.
Crushing. They would be like old man Bernie. It would be nonstop.
If he said Super Thursday, yeah.
I mean, look, they intentionally turn the sound on him, so he always has to go, what's that, during the debates? I mean, that's intentional.
Yeah. So people are going to find out now. They all got behind Biden, and now they're going to go, wait, what's this? They literally don't have any idea. They're literally being sold a bill of goods by the Democratic Party, and the Democratic Party is undermining itself. Like, I don't know if there will be a Democratic Party after this.
No. I mean, look. If
that might be the silver lining,
because I'll tell you what. We've all talked about this when they did the super delegate thing in the second ballot. So they said they're just going to try to. That's what this tonight shows us again. They want to muddle the waters so it forces a second ballot, and that's where they'll screw Bernie. And if Bernie gets screwed again and goes, I'm standing behind my friend Joe Biden, there's going to be a lot of people, myself included. I will be in Milwaukee and I will walk and say, absolutely not. What my hope is, my perfect scenario is they screw Bernie and he goes, fuck this, I'm done. He brings AOC and Tulsi and Nina and all these people with him, and they all go, bye, we're starting a third party. And then it's
it would be like it wouldn't be like the Green Party.
No.
We would immediately have millions and millions of people. Yeah. The entire youth of the country would be in a different party. And then it would be old people, old dumb people against young people. And that's what it would be. And that's what it has to be. We have to form another party.
Yeah, and it wouldn't only be the young people, but it would be those 100 million people that don't vote, who just go, no one, you don't represent me. You don't care about me. I work 3 jobs and you don't care. Those people would go, now I'm voting. Now I'm in. Yeah. All the libertarians, like all of those people, because the thing, I've said this before in the show, and we talked to a lot of libertarians in the live chat. There's a lot about libertarians we obviously just fundamentally don't agree on, but I respect a libertarian because most of them, they weren't born into a libertarian family and I'm a libertarian. They came to the decision of, I'm going to pick a third party. A lot of them are disenfranchised Republicans, and that's fine. But they just like, I want something different. I don't trust these two parties. And they're willing to listen, many of them, when you sit down and explain democratic socialism. They'll go, oh, all right, well, I kind of get that. Like, they're willing to hear it. And I think those people, in addition to all the young people that you're talking about and all the people that are just like, the people that are like, I don't vote, the system's, it's broken. Those people would rally. And I think that would truly be the revolution that Bernie's been talking about.
Yeah, we all knew it was I don't know if you've ever read Ralph Nader's book from when he ran against Gore, but the number of legal shenanigans in every state, in every place that they put up, like it was just, Bernie had to run within the Democratic Party. Right. Like there literally is no other, because it has to be apparent to millions of people at once that this isn't going to work. And I think tonight, this is a massive rat fuck. Yeah. On an epic scale. And everybody knows it. They really shot themselves in the foot. If Biden wins, even if he just took all his policies out, which are a disaster, I don't think that they can win because of what they did tonight. Look, we did this in 2016. Right. We know they ratified. And now, did you see what's her name? Donna. Who's the one who gave the debate information?
Donna Brazile. She works at Fox News now.
She was on Fox today, and she's screaming, "How dare you say this?" And it's like, you already admitted it was fixed. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you wrote a book about
Warren's
it.
admitted it was fixed. A bunch of them admitted it was fixed. So that was 2016. Now they're doing it again. They're doing it again. They're killing their party. They are destroying their party.
Yeah, and they're destroying their party, and the thing, and I was talking about this earlier on this show, and I was on this show, The Convo Couch, before, but like, the system is broken. It is designed to screw us over, and there's long lines in California today, and all the machines weren't working. Oh, like that's another zoink.
Oh, is that why we had only 16 machines for 25,000 students at UCLA?
Oh,
that's
weird.
why.
Oh,
because
they didn't foresee it. They didn't. It's deliberate. Just like the phones going down in Iowa. That was deliberate. That was part of the shadow app fuckery. It was part of all of it. The thing is, like, it's going to take people really. It's on us a little more now. Like, it is up. I mean, the system is broken. But it's up to more people to say no. This ain't. We can't keep letting this happen. Like, yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. And then on top of it all, they blame us at the end. So, look, if they're going to do that, then we'll just go to another party. And then if they want to win a presidency, then they actually have to convince our party to vote with theirs. And guess how they do that? Like bending the knee.
They bend the knee. Absolutely. We form a real third party. That's what the Tea Party threatened with the Republican Party. And they're,
obviously got everything they wanted.
They got everything they wanted. And progressives fucking buckle at every turn. Yeah. And they take these table scraps and go, like when the super delegates got just pulled down to the second delegate, all these progressives were like, yay. I was like, no, you got fucked. What are you talking?
Yes.
Like,
no.
So progressives
we want to be able to cheat later. Deal.
Progressives,
good.
I know. It's like we need to just be like the Tea Party. The Tea Party said, if you don't give us what we want, everyone on this floor is walking. The floor of the Republican convention is gone. And that's what we need to do in Milwaukee in July. We need to just go, everybody walk. None of this fucking any blue will do shit. You're a moron if you vote for that.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. And we need to form a new party. A new party has to be formed. That's it.
It's been over. Time. I mean, I was hoping we were going to do it in 2017 where the time was right. And then it's like it didn't happen. So it's like now it's too late. And it's like everybody that has the profile to do something like that, including Bernie himself, they've all said no. I don't know why. Probably because they get a peek under a hood that I can only imagine, being in electoral politics. But it's time.
Well, I think they know on a day-to-day basis, it's going to be harder for them. But what is this? We're not getting any people. And I mean, did that guy in Texas won, right? The guy, the Coke funded guy that Pelosi went down and campaigned for against the progressive.
Oh God, I don't know. I haven't seen that yet.
I mean, that's just a great example of what these people are. This guy's getting money from the Koch brothers. He votes with Trump 75% of the time. He's a Democrat. He has a fantastic progressive running against him, and Pelosi and all these other people go down there and campaign with him.
Yep, of course they do.
Why are we working with these people?
I know.
They're
exactly.
not on our side.
That's the thing. I keep telling the any blue will do people. I go, do you understand? And they're not paying attention. That's a big part of it. I go, this is the democratically controlled. They're like, we just need to take back the Senate. I go, well, we have the Congress, and look what they did. They gave Trump more money for the war, extended the Patriot Act. They've given him the goddamn border wall with that shitty NAFTA thing. Like, they've given him
cut food stamps, expanded his spying powers.
They've given him everything he wants. And I go, why do you think this? Just get any Democrat in there. It'll be better. Why do you think that? They fuck you left and right. Why do you think that? Like, what is the problem?
I had an argument with the guy tonight about that same thing. I was just like, I don't know if I can I doubt I can vote for Biden. And he was like, well, why would you want to vote for Bernie? He won't be able to get anything done. I was like, great. It's because a guy who gets in there wants to get stuff done, like Biden, is going to get really bad stuff done.
Yes.
But they just don't care. They just think like, oh, we're working together and everyone's getting along and we're getting stuff done. Yeah, the bad stuff.
Right.
Yeah, bipartisanship is code for the Republicans have a terrible idea and the Democrats are willing to help sell it. That's all bipartisan has ever been in all of our lifetimes.
Yeah, it's like bipartisan and deregulation. That's when you know you're getting fucked, when you hear those things. Like, we're going to privatize it. That'll be better. When I hear privatize or bipartisan. I know. Oh, we're all going to take it hard. Like,
yeah, privatization is great because that's literally what Hitler did. So let's do that.
Yeah, let's do more Hitler stuff. We haven't done enough. We're jailing journalists and whatever else. We haven't done enough Hitler-y things. We have camps that Obama built at the border. Obama deported 3 million people and built camps at the border and separated families. Can you wake up to that? But
no, they have no idea.
But Trump did the Muslim ban. Okay, Obama set him on fire by dropping more bombs than Bush. So, I mean,
but look what they're voting for now. We have a guy in office who has clear mental problems. Mm-hmm. He has raped women. He's corrupt. They're literally going, what if we get a guy who's got slightly less mental problems, is corrupt, touches women inappropriately all the time, and has mental cognitive issues? Like, it's literally Trump light.
Yeah, we were joking about it.
And then
earlier.
at first that guy wasn't taking, so they were like, all right, let's find a guy who's actually even more racist with a shitty history in New York City who will just buy his way into this thing.
Who's buddies with Epstein.
So they're just like, all right, too far, wheel it back. We'll try that first guy again.
Yeah, it's like they're literally, they put Bloomberg in there to go, here's a real rapey pedophile billionaire. So Biden will seem, I was joking about it earlier. I was like, it's literally like, hey man, Jeffrey Dahmer boiled, his kill and skull fucked and ate them. And Ted Bundy didn't do that. Ted Bundy was just a serial killer. So let's call it what it is.
Ted Bundy's the kind of guy I'd want to have a beer with.
Absolutely.
That's
so would I.
Yeah.
Good looking guy, defended himself in court.
Well spoken.
Yes.
He's
got good policies.
What they're doing.
Well,
I mean, who are the bigger psychopaths, the Republicans or the Democratic establishment? It's really hard to know.
Well, I say this, sometimes I think it's the Democratic establishment because the Republicans at least go, we're racist, greedy assholes. And I don't give a shit about you. I don't care about you. Or I just put money in my pocket and I think anyone that isn't white is awful. And at least I go, well, at least, I mean, I know where Mitch McConnell, I know what he's all about. I know.
Yeah, they're just like, I'm not here for you.
I don't care about you.
I'm not for that. And then Democrats are like, well, I'm for you. Except
that's worse. For me, I'd rather have you just tell me, I hate you, Graham. You're a bag of shit, rather than, hey, buddy, I got your back, and then you're screwing me over.
Yeah,
I mean that's always the worst guy in movies, right? It's the guy. It's like a classic character, the guy that acts like he's your friend, and then he's working with the bad guys the whole time.
No.
What hurts more when you're growing up? Somebody who you just never got along with, and you always knew wasn't your friend, or somebody who stabbed you in the back that you thought was your
Exactly.
friend?
The person that stabbed you in the back, what would the memories of the like betrayals in your life?
Yeah.
It's always the person you trusted or thought was going to be there for you and wasn't. The person that was just like from day one, you went, well, that guy was always a dick.
That's the middle finger guy.
Yeah,
I know
that's
him.
that guy. At least that guy.
Don't count on him for anything.
I don't go for that guy for anything. Well, all right, Dave, we'll let you go.
So look, but one thing I want to say is the way Trump wins is by depressing the Democratic vote. Mm-hmm. And they couldn't have picked a better candidate for him to pick apart and depress the vote. No one was going to vote. They
did exactly that. Went, who's the guy that'll inspire people the least?
Yeah.
I mean, Hillary had the lowest black voter turnout in 20 years. Biden will be on par with that.
No,
it won't matter his 8 years with
I
Obama. I mean, it'll and Latinos aren't on board. Like it just.
Not at all. They're not. No, why would they be? He was part of the Obama administration. They're not on board.
Yeah. Like everyone's like, we got to abolish ICE. Yeah, because it really got its steam and its legs under 8 years of Obama. So, I mean, it's unreal. Well, all right, Dave. Thanks for taking time, man. And we'll have you back on the show. And everybody go listen to the Dollop because I'm sure you might have some interesting things to discuss.
We did just do one about Biden.
Yes, is it out yet?
Yeah, it's a great episode. I listened to it today. It's a great episode.
It's about Clarence Thomas hearings, and you can really find out what a piece of shit Biden is from just that little slice of his life.
There's so many slices that are pieces of shit. There's the what he said in 1977 about desegregation. There's the crime bill. I mean, pick a
2006.
Oh, great.
When he says he wants a border fence.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? We've never had a Democratic candidate who voted for the Iraq War and supported NAFTA win. That's who we should pick.
Oh, good call. Any blue will do. I'm in.
We had Trump. We had Trump on the cut Social Security and Medicare.
Yep.
That's it. He would lose the election on that alone.
Yes.
Not anymore, because now we have a guy that says, I'm cutting Social Security. It's literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's deliberate. It's because they would rather lose to Trump than let Bernie take over the party. Because if Bernie takes over the party, all their wine cave motherfucker donors are gone.
Yes.
And now it's like, oh, they can't have a party run by the people.
No, that's not fun.
It's like a democracy or something.
Oh, fuck.
That's
we might
nuts.
actually have to do our jobs.
Can't do that.
You know?
Yeah.
So, all right, Dave Anthony. Everyone out there, please listen.
Just pray for the coronavirus to take out a lot of old people.
All right, buddy. Thoughts and prayers. I'm on. Fuck. Oh, I can't read what Dave texted me, but I was like, let's get him on. I'm sure we're going to have an interesting discussion. All right, buddy.
Had a lot of fucks in it.
Hashtag rat fuck. All right. Thanks, Dave. We'll talk to you soon,
right,
buddy. Thanks for coming on the show.
See you, Dave.